Mike Moore Media.
Every year about this time, we check in with our friends at the Old Farm'salmanac, Almanac, and we're doing that right now up in Dublin, New Hampshire. Senior editor Sarah Perrault is on the line. Hey, Sarah, how are you?
I'm great. How are you?
I'm doing just great. Our yearly visit, indeed, the Old Farm'salmanac Almanac for 2022 is out, and this is number 230. That is amazing, Sarah.
That is amazing, isn't it? The first one came out in 1792 when George Washington was president.
I tell you, folks have depended on the Old Farm'salmanac Almanac for many, many years, and the new issue is out, filled with all kinds of good things. So let's jump right in. And right in the beginning, as usual, 2022 trends. Can you maybe just look through that with us, Sarah, and give us some highlights of some things we can expect to see and take part in the coming year?
Absolutely. How about instead of joining a gym, people are volunteering on farms to get fit while helping out a small farmer. I thought that was a great idea.
Oh, sure.
Yeah, and then, over the pandemic, a lot of homes adopted pets. So now we're up to, 89.4 million U.S. homes have at least one pet. So that means pet products are in high demand, such as, kitty litter disguised as an end table and, dog composting units outside to take care of their business.
Mm-hmm. How about that? Yeah. Yeah, I'm looking at the pets trends section right now. That's a lot of people with pets, and so some good information there. Okay, a few more things maybe you want to mention as we go through?
Sure. Companies are trying to be more eco-conscious, and they're collecting compost scraps to produce, to send to farms, so they're collecting the waste from their cafeterias or the kitchens, and they're bringing them to a farm to compost, which I think is really great. And then how about laundromats playing soothing music? I think soothing music is key right now in our life.
You're right. You're exactly right. Yeah. Okay. And I see a section here on culture. This is kind of interesting.
So the things that are going on in culture are biodegradable plastics made from trees, because, we're all trying to do better by the environment. Or how about artificial intelligence that are sorting the non-recyclable plastics for reuse as fuels?
Oh, yeah. Yeah. Wow.
Yeah.
Okay.
I think we're all trying to be better to the environment.
That's exactly right. Now, the section that I enjoy so much, gardening. So let's take a look at that and some things we can expect in the latest issue, Sarah.
Well, a lot of people are planting things in their garden that are maybe edibles. So they're not just, you see a front yard and it's beautiful with flowers, but hidden among those flowers sometimes are edibles. So it's a multi-purpose garden.
Yeah, that's exactly right. I was visiting with someone recently, a beautiful flower garden, and this has been back in the early summer now, and they're kind of mixed in some beautiful tomato plants among their flowers.
Right. I mean, they can be just as pretty as something in bloom sometimes.
Sure. Yeah. Okay, and you have an article here on growing together. Tell us a little bit about this.
So this is an annual feature that we've been doing for the past couple of years, where we highlight independent farmers, from all walks of life. We've got somebody who had a bad year growing eggplant, is hoping for a better year. People who are raising cattle, tending bees. So it's a little bit of advice from the people who are out there doing it.
Okay, very good. Lots and lots of people getting into gardening and hometown farming and things like that. All right, well, I want you to give us a first-hand report here. 4 seasons of good taste, and here we have Sarah Perrault, Almanac food editor, and first thing I see here, they look delicious. Fall pumpkin pickles. I had no idea.
That's right, and they are delicious. You can also you can also pickle watermelon. If you haven't tried that, you should. This article, 4 Seasons of Great Taste, is all about using what's in season when it's in season. Obviously, nowadays we can get whatever we want at the grocery store, no matter what time of year it is. But if you shop by what's in season, it's going to taste better. It's going to have more nutrition to it. So we've given you an outline for the year, two things that are in season: fall, winter, spring, summer, and some recipes on how to use them.
Sure. Okay. Well, I've always loved watermelon pickles, watermelon rind pickles. So I guess I'll have to try the pumpkin pickles next.
I think you should.
I think so too. Now let's get to some of the recipes, and let's talk a little bit about the recipe contest winners.
Sure. So for anyone who's not familiar, every year we have a recipe contest in the Old Farmer's Almanac, asking you to send us. It might be a category, it might be a specific fruit or vegetable or spice. So for this issue, we had asked for people to send us their best recipe using 5 or fewer ingredients. Mm-hmm. And so first place, we have apricot sriracha glazed baby back ribs. Ooh. And I can tell you, those were great, but you could use that sauce on chicken, on steak. The sauce was amazing. But if you love ribs, give it a try.
Well, the picture looks great.
It does, right? You can eat it right off the page.
Yeah.
If you're more into dessert or sweets, the second prize winner was Easy Latte Truffles, and that one only actually used 4 ingredients. It was super easy and looks beautiful. Mm-hmm. And third place, Pesto Ricotta with asparagus on toast. Another really easy thing to do, probably ingredients you already have. And it's kind of a spin on everybody's making avocado toast. Well, we've got a little bit of a change-up for you.
Mm-hmm. Oh, what a great idea. Wonderful. Okay. Love these recipes. Now we're getting to the part of the Old Farmer's Almanac about the weather, and I always enjoy this to see first about where we are here in North Carolina. We're kind of on the line here between Zone 3 and Zone 4, the regions there. But I always like to see how you did with your predictions, and this is very impressive for the previous year, Sarah.
So, yeah, every year we do crunch the numbers. I think a lot of people think we make it up, but we do have a meteorologist who crunches the numbers for us after a season is over. Mm-hmm. And so we're traditionally about 80% accurate. Last year's winter forecast, slightly below that at 75%, which still isn't too bad, but it is slightly below our average.
Mm-hmm. Okay. Well, and I think kind of looking at some of the TV weather people, I think you're above average for some
of them.
Thank you. Yes, indeed. But people like the weather section of the Old Farmer's Almanac because it's all of the different regions all across the United States and getting up into, I think Canada's in here too as well. I know there's some good information here. And then we get to the back part here about best fishing days and all of the different graphs and charts and tides, and there's always some good information. We love the Old Farmer's Almanac. I want you to, we've kind of hit some of the highlights here, but I want you, Sarah, to just kind of give us an overview of what the Old Farmer's Almanac is all about. For someone who may not have followed you over the years, what can we expect to find in the issue this year?
Well, the Old Farmer's Almanac, true to definition, is what we would call a calendar of the heavens. So even if you're not interested in gardening or weather, if you want to know what's going on in the sky, you're going to find that every year in the Old Farmer's Almanac. You can just take the book outside, look up, oh, that's what that is. Or there's always a calendar in there, and it has things that happened on that day, holidays, and then some fun rhyme around the corner of it. So if you need a calendar, we've got a calendar. We try to cover a variety of topics. So as we've discussed, we've got some trends, we've got recipes, gardening tips, but then we've got some folklore, and this year's folklore story is the tooth, the whole tooth, and nothing but the tooth. It's kind of a deep dive into the folklore and early science of teeth. How long the tooth fairy's been working and how much she's given out on average. Mm-hmm. And then we've also got a historical article about the 17-year-old who designed the current U.S. flag. I didn't know that until we started working on this article.
I know. What a neat article this is.
Yes, it was a history project, and he only got a B- on it. But then when it was adopted as the nation's flag, he went back and he got a retroactive A. So good for Robert. Mm-hmm. Yep. And then if you're interested in sports, we've got an anniversary article about the Canadian Hockey's Summit Series from 1972. And it's not just highlights of what happened during the games, but it's highlights of what happened behind the scenes of the games. So it's a little bit of a different take. But again, it's a book that touches a variety of interests. Anybody can find something to read. If you like jokes, the whole back section is jokes.
Yeah. Oh, it really does have something for everyone. And I'm opening up to a section here. Fine tune your family tree. Lots of folks are seems like there's really an increase in people exploring their roots and getting back to their ancestors and all of this. This is really an interesting write-up too.
Right, it's 10 simple tips for digging down into your roots. So we give you tips on, where the best place is to go to find if you're using the internet, or if you want to do it locally at libraries or town halls. And then we tell you how to plan your next steps on what to do after you find out all your information.
Wow, we love the Old Farmer's Almanac. It's been around, as you said, since 1792, and still has the little hole up in the corner. And I had someone ask me recently, why is that there? So tell us why, for those that don't know.
Okay, so yeah, you'll recognize the Old Farmer's Almanac not only by its light yellow cover, but also, right, there's a hole up in the corner. So that was put there because when it was put there, the people would hang them in their outhouse, because that was one of the most popular places to keep your almanac, or they would hang it in the garden shed or the barn. And we've kept it there because it's tradition. We asked our readers in the 1990s, we don't think anybody's using the hole for what the hole was there for. Do you mind if we stop putting that hole there? It costs us a little bit of money to do that.
Yeah.
And it was a unanimous, oh, no, we need you to keep the hole there, so we're not going to mess with tradition. We're going to leave it there.
Sure, okay. And I'm thinking, Sarah, gee whiz, just the hole punching there alone, that's got to be thousands of pounds of confetti for New Year's Eve or something.
Absolutely. They used to report back to us how much it weighed, but they haven't done that in years. But, yeah, and then they do recycle it, thankfully.
Yeah, okay. Wow. Well, tell us where we can get the Old Farmer's Almanac now.
You can find the Old Farmer's Almanac, the 2022 edition, anywhere books and magazines are sold, and you can always find it at Amazon.com.
And I get a daily newsletter from the Old Farmer's Almanac, and it's filled with so many good things. Been getting that for a while. So how can we subscribe to that, let's say?
Sure. If you go to almanac.com, our website, there'll be a little section for you to subscribe to our daily newsletters.
It's great, too. I love it. Well, it's always good to talk to you. Thanks to you and the Old Farmer's Almanac team for your hard work all year long to get the issue out every year for us. The 2022 edition available now. Sarah, thank you. I appreciate your time.
Oh, thank you. It's always a pleasure.
Same here. Have a good year. We'll talk next year, I hope.
Absolutely.
Okay, bye. All right, our yearly visit there was Sarah Perrault. She is senior editor of the Old Farmer's Almanac. Yes, she's up in Dublin, New Hampshire. Is that New Hampshire? But she's up there, way up north. And that reminds me again, the Old Farmer's Almanac has a really expanded section about the weather and what we can expect right here in our area and all over the United States, too. So get your copy of the Old Farmer's Almanac now, and then please go to their website for lots of good information there, and you can get some things from them on a daily basis, if you like, and that is almanac.com.